and away in this A 3,000 metres. And Mitch Brown has shot to the front very quickly as they settle down. This is going to be a good race here. Last event of the evening. As the pacemaker works his way to the front now to give these guys, and that's Ryan Geared will do the pace work out in front. So he's wearing the blue, and pacemaker, Mitch Brown, was back from the Ekiden in Japan. Sam Crowther tucked in, Steve Kelly well placed, as is Matt Buchev running very, very closely, and running strongly in the St Kevin's runner, Anthony Aloisio is tucked in there with them. So lead group, so Ryan Geared is pushing this very hard now, and Mitch Brown. Kelly's moved into the next place, Sam Crowther running, Chef Noe, followed by Aloisio. So all the runners are there. Steve Dineen's well placed at this stage as everybody settles into a good rhythm. And so coming around with 6 laps to go, or just a little bit over 6 laps, and Ryan Geared is pushing the base along. Mitch Brown, who's had a great season already, is well placed in there behind them. And he's going to have to work pretty hard here. Good bunch of runners there behind him. So Geared, the pacemaker, leading up the straight here. Mitch Brown wearing the red of Essendon. Steve Kelly's running very comfortably next place. Sam Crowther, Steve Dineen's moved up. Aloisio is running very, very well. And also the good running there. Chris Discombe is very well placed there from Ringwood. So Geared down the back straight. Brown, Kelly, Crowther, Dineen, Aloisio. And Joe Hardy, the taller figure, is there just in front of Discombe there. So come round, he's doing a great job here, Ryan Geared out in front, 5 laps to go. As they come into the straight here, Brown is just sitting on him there. He's got the big finish so that the runners don't have to wear. Steve Kelly, who's ran very, very well this season so far as well, very well placed. So behind Geared, we've got Brown, Kelly, Crowther, Dineen, Aloisio, Hardy, Discombe. We've got Matt Colo running well, Ben Ashkettle, and then Scott Vance of Frankston. So Geared's doing a good job out there. There's still the placings unchanged as they go down the back straight. So Brown and Kelly, Crowther there, your leading 3 runners. Dineen right on their tail. That's a big group out in front. They've broken away from the next lot. We'll see if anybody can close out the gap there, but the leading group there is holding tight. So into the straightaway, 4 laps to go. 1 mile. So Geared, the pacemaker. Brown, running very strong there. Brown, Kelly, Crowther, Dineen, Aloisio, Hardy, Colo, Ashkettle, Discombe, followed their way Vance. This is where we get to Harry Smithers leading this group. David Carver moving up there beside him. Followed them by Lachlan Rayner. And then, so into the back straight, that leading group still in file, one behind the other. Still no changes amongst them. But Aloisio is now starting to find the pace going hard there. He's been passed by Hardy and Colo. Ashkettle also going by him. And Ryan Geared's done a great job here. He steps off the track now, and they've got a little over 3 laps to go, and Mitch Brown now is out in front. So coming into the straight now, Brown's got the work ahead of him. Group of runners just sitting back behind him. The gaps are starting to appear. So it's Brown leading up the straight. Kelly running very, very strongly there behind him. So Brown, Kelly right on his shoulder, Crowther right on their heels, Dineen on the outside of them, Hardy running well, Colo, gap to Ashkettle, Discombe to the other gap, Aloisio and Vance have dropped a little bit behind. So Carver now leading next group, Carver, Smithers, And then we got Rayner and Graham Hogg from Essendon. So down the back straight, Brown and Kelly, Dineen, Crowther, Hardy and Colo. They're broken away from Ashkettle. So Brown's really making them work hard. There's a little gap now opening up in the next group. So it's Brown, Kelly, Dineen and Crowther. They've opened up a little gap now on the next two runners. So Brown working hard, 2 laps, half a mile to go. So Brown, Kelly right on his shoulder, Dineen on their heels, Crowther right there, Hardy hanging on desperately with Colo. Gap then to Ashkettle, Discom is still there. Aloisio and Vance have dropped further back, and Smithers is now in front of Carver. So Kevin Craigie has moved into next place. So Craigie, Hogg, to the outside of him is Jack Rayner. So picking up the leaders again now, Brown is there. Down to 4 runners now. It's Brown, Kelly, Dineen, Crowther hanging on. Colo just passing Hardy. So Brown is really winding it up. A gap now starting to appear between these runners. Brown, Kelly, Dineen, Crowther finding the pace very hard now. Big gap then to Colo and Hardy. They've been picked up by Ashkettle and Discom. So down the straight now, and they're going to get the bell. And it's Brown still pushing very hard. Brown, Kelly having to work hard. A little gap to Dineen, bigger gap to Crowther. So Discom in next place here is moving along very strongly. The steeplechaser's got the strength. Ashkettle followed them by Hardy and Colo. In the back, and it's now a gap between a 2-man race. Brown and Kelly down the back straight, 300 to go. Brown, Kelly, gap to Dineen, bigger gap to Crowther now. And Brown is pushing harder and harder. Kelly's got his work cut out to him with 200 to go. 180 to go, and it's Brown, Kelly still on his shoulder, bigger gap to Dineen and Crowther. But it's Mitch Brown now pushing very hard. Kelly's not giving it away. And the 2 of them will come into the home straight, and it's going to be a 2-man battle down the straight. So Brown into the straight, Kelly right on his shoulder. The 2 of them are going to battle it out. Great finish here. Brown and Kelly. Brown's still out in front. He's using his 1500 metre speed, and it's going to be Mitch Brown. And Mitch Brown will take this out. Great run. Steve Kelly, a great effort. Steve Dineen coming down, working very hard, teeth gritted all the way. Great run here by Chris Discom as he goes past Sam Crowther. So Discom running into form. Crowther, Joe Hardy coming past Ben Ashkettle. Coming in next is Matt Colo. Harry Smithers is running a great race. Aloisio, one of the early leaders there, hanging on. Kevin Craigie. Scott Vance. As the rest of the field finished there.